Alright guys, Jacob Buckley back here again with you. What I want to talk about now is a different type of trap, something that takes 5 minutes at the most to set up. This is what I call a funnel trap or a channel trap, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to find a run. Now let me explain to you what a run and a trail means. Both are different. A trail is something that's heavily traveled by a lot of animals. It's packed down real good. If you've been in the woods a lot, you know what to look for. You know what a trail looks like. Think of it as a tree. You got your tree trunk, and then you get all the branches that come out as the trunk goes up. A run is going to branch out from a trail. You'll have a main trail, and you'll have 3, 4, 5 runs, maybe even more depending on the location where you're at. What you're going to do is when you're setting a funnel snare like this, I don't know if you can see it, all I've done is I found a little run that comes right through here, and I'll show you the trail here in just a second. There's a little run that comes between these two trees. What I've done is I just got some sticks on both sides, and I've kind of packed it in to where it's a tight channel for this animal to walk through. All I've got is some prop sticks on both sides to hold this snare up off the ground. The bottom of this snare needs to be at least 2 inches off the ground, because when an animal like a possum or a raccoon, groundhog, beaver, anything like that is coming through here, you don't want them to step and put their paws through this noose. You want this quick release knot to tighten around their neck when they're walking through this. Now let me explain something to you right quick about animals. When an animal gets spooked or injured, they don't run backwards, okay? When they get spooked or injured, they're going to run as fast as they can to the left, right, or straight ahead. What that's going to do, they're going to be so confused and have no clue what's going on. As soon as this tightens around their neck, they're going to run as fast as they can in any direction. What that's going to do is that's going to tighten up, and they're going to be suffocated, and within 20 seconds, they're going to be dead. A bigger animal might take a little longer, okay? I made this noose big enough to where a beaver or a possum, anything like that, small, can stick their head through. A squirrel is not going to get caught in this type of trap. I'm looking for something with a lot of meat in a trap like this. What I've done is at the end of this snare, I've tied it to a stable tree. Obviously, if I'm looking for a raccoon or a possum, I don't want to attach it to a small tree like this. A beaver would pull this thing right over. Wouldn't make no difference. A possum, maybe not. You could probably hold a possum in a tree like this. But I'm going to show you real quick what I've done. I don't know if you can see, but there's a run that goes right along here, and then there's what I call a highway where multiple runs meet back here in this corner that goes right into a trail along the creek. If you can find trails and runs near a water source, that's your best bet when setting a trap. Something else to take note of, if you're setting up a trap like this, more than likely deer are going to be traveling this same trail. To avoid catching a deer in your trap, you can set what's called a trip stick or a leap stick. And what you're going to do, you're just going to take that stick and you're just going to lay it across that snare like this. A deer sees a trip stick like this hanging across, it's going to jump across, or it's going to find another trail to go to. Just so you can avoid having to deal with a live deer in your trap with not having any way to dispatch that animal. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. We'll get back with you. See you next time.